on my soul. We are technically live right now. We're going to start at front bumper, and then we're going to drop right off into camera one, which is the camera here. It's going to be this camera here. You can't see this yet, but they can. And then when we do, I'll let you guys know we're officially live, and we'll just cheer as loud as you possibly can. Does that work for you guys? Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Let's do this. How you feeling? You good?
Good.
You excited?
Yeah.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
pumped. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's make some music. All right. We are going to do a front bumper, which starts like that. You guys can see this. Thank you guys for watching us at home. We have a couple people online, which is great. How you guys feeling? You ready for some audience interaction too? We have questions coming your way. There are wrong answers to these questions, fair warning. They're not serious questions, but just don't get them wrong. In 3, 2, 1, we are officially live. Hell yeah, people. You can cheer. Bring it in. Hell yeah. All right. The one and only Rohini Reggae hanging out with us this evening for an episode of Local Sets ATX. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to adjust the brightness on this real quick. Hang on a second. You're a little, I think I did that right.
Not bright enough.
Let's bring you up a little. There we go. That'll help. All right, now we're back. Thank you so much for joining us. How many songs did you bring for us this evening?
I have 6.
You have 6 songs. Yeah. All right, I love it. Let's get into the first song, and then we'll get right into introductions. What's the name of your first track?
The first song I'm going to play is called Moment.
Moment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, over to you for Moment whenever you are ready.
Awesome. Good? Yeah. Great, now we're ready. I called you 2-3 months ago after half a bottle of cheap Merlot. It's been so long, but is it wrong that your voice is my favorite song? What's the worst that could happen? It's my mess to clean up after. In any case, I think I was made to play this game forever, and I'll sit in the passenger seat, but you know I'd rather drive. Don't like it when I'm not the reason for the light in your eyes, 'cause I don't think you realize just how hard you are to find. Make me your world for a moment in time. Hand me a bouquet of a dozen red flags, 'cause I'll be fine if this doesn't last. Somehow I don't seem to mind. I've loved and lost a million times, and I'll sit in the passenger seat, but you know I'd rather drive. Don't like it when I'm not the reason for the light in your eyes, 'cause I don't think you realize just how hard you are to find. Make me your world for a moment
You have a phenomenal voice.
Thank you so much.
You have an absolutely phenomenal voice, and you have beautiful music. What was the inspiration for Moment?
Oh, during the pandemic, I feel like a lot of us were in this space of like, we're just gonna try this thing, and we don't know, when the pandemic will end. So it was kind of a very much like live in the moment, be present kind of thing. And this was inspired by like a romantic situation where I was just kind of like, I'm 100% certain this won't end well, but we are where we are. The pandemic probably isn't going to end well, so that was the inspiration for it.
That's incredible. And then you had a lyric in there about being in the passenger seat. Whose passenger seat? Can you tell us?
The romantic partner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in the passenger seat, but I'd rather drive, meaning like I'll let things play out the way that they will, but I would rather have control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And when? How long ago was this?
Like 3 years ago now.
Okay. Did you write it right after the relationship, or was it like slowly?
It's kind of like during.
Oh,
yeah.
oh wow! So you knew this was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that would have made for awkward conversations with this person, I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're past it. That's wonderful. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you. The wonderful audience here that's came in to support you knows who you are, but the people watching at home might not know who you are. So please tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Rohini. I grew up in Houston, so not too far from here. And I've been singing my whole life, but I really started songwriting only during the pandemic. I finally felt, I wouldn't say confident, but like I got the courage to actually share original music with people, which is quite a scary thing, as many of the people in this audience know. So I actually produced and released my first original song ever in 2020, and this one that I just played, Moment, was my third. And so since then, I moved to Austin a couple years ago, and I've just been trying to, gig around more and like do more performances. I play sometimes in a band called Mainsayer as well, and yeah, it's just been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Do we have some was it Mainsayer? How do you say it?
Mainsayer, yeah.
Mainsayer. Or do we have members here of the band?
No, my
I
band
heard a
couldn't
woo.
make it. My bandmate tried to, but
that's
it
okay.
turned out.
Yeah, we'll admonish them live. No, I'm kidding. We won't do that. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. All right, so you've been playing music for a long time. When did you said you originally started, or you first shared your first song? Do you remember the time that you did that?
2020 was my first original song, but I've been singing since I was a child.
In front of people, or?
Mm-hmm,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
like performing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you've been doing this for a long time then.
Yeah, my grandma and my mom are both singers, and
Oh.
so it kind of was just a part of my childhood that I was put on stage told to sing. Yeah.
Did you have a choice, or were you just like thrust out there? I mean, was it something that you really wanted to do, or was it like, hey, you should do this because we think you've got something?
It was just like a very lucky situation where it was both.
Okay.
It would have happened anyways because they also put my sister on stage, and then at a certain age she was like, I'm done. And I was like, this is my home.
There we go. You said you have a sister. How many kids?
I just have one sister.
Just one sister.
Yeah.
Are you the youngest?
I am. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Isn't that? I'm also the youngest in my family.
Yay.
Something
Youngest
about
children.
the youngest. We got some youngest here, huh?
She's
There
the
you go.
youngest.
Yeah, there we go. I love it. All right. Thank you for sharing that with us. You brought 6 songs.
Yes.
Moment was number 1. What is the second song that you brought for us this evening?
The next song, we're gonna go on a bit of a emotional journey here.
Okay.
Starting with a little sad in the sad space, and then we're gonna definitely pick it up by the end of this set.
Okay.
But this is another one that was inspired by a breakup. It's called Worth the Wait. So it's sad, but it has a very positive outlook.
I heard more woos in the audience. Do you guys know those? Do you know this song? Okay, so we have some popular. All right, we have some fans here. This is wonderful. All right, I will shut it over to you for Worth the Wait whenever you're ready.
Amazing. They all say just give it time, don't think too far ahead. Getting over somebody won't happen in your bed. Tell yourself a lie, try to step outside. Feel the Texas sun and remember where you're from. It's the perfect time to try out something new. So you hold your breath and tell your friend you're moving on. They don't have to go through all this like you love you in the dark and never walk away. And he'll be worth the wait. Will he be worth all the pain, all the joy the others take? They all say just date around, you'll find out what you need. But trying to find love online's the worst form of therapy. Turn to memories, childhood diaries, where bruises turn to scars and show you who you are. And you tell yourself the next one will keep, make you see sunny days in winter, bring you peace. So right now you keep it together, someday it'll last forever. Maybe there's a perfect stranger without a face, who'll love you in the dark and never walk away. And he'll be worth the wait. Will he be worth all the pain, all the joy the others take? And you ignore 40 hopeful dates, blowing up your phone. 'Cause hey, how's it going? We'll never feel like home like he did. He was just a kid. And you tell yourself the next one will keep, make you see sunny days in winter and bring you peace. So right now you keep it together, someday it'll last forever. Maybe there's a perfect stranger without a face, who'll love you in the dark and never walk away. And he'll be worth the wait. He'll be worth all the pain, all the joy the others take. One day loving someone won't be a mistake.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. You're an incredible lyricist.
Thank you so much.
That is a really beautiful song. I know why you guys were cheering. This is that was a great song. Was that about you said that was about a breakup? Was that in reference to the same person or a different thing?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes tragedy gives us some of the best inspiration to move forward.
Totally.
The muse is a sassy lady like that, assuming she's a lady. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know these
from
things.
great pain comes great art.
Yeah, that's
unfortunately.
that's a real thing. Yeah, perfect stranger without a face. And then what was the second part of that? Worth all the pain?
Who love you in the dark and never walk away.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It's like
Thank
worth all the
you.
pain that you went through. Yeah, your
Yes.
music
pain
is.
the others take. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, your music's dope. This is great. I say phenomenal a lot. Sometimes it turns into a drinking game. Every time I say phenomenal, you guys give me a shot. Feel free to do that
All right.
if you want to do it.
audience.
But yeah, that absolutely beautiful song. How you said you've been playing music for a long time. You've been doing this for a long time. Have you been playing piano since you were 5 as well, or as
Yes,
a little girl?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
How long?
actually.
Wow, that's incredible.
Thanks. Yeah.
What's an inspiration for you in piano? Like, do you look to anybody in particular?
I feel like I'm very blessed to be classically trained, but I feel like I really started to want to try to play piano to accompany myself when I started listening to Sarah Bareilles. I love her songwriting style as well as her musicality. I think she's incredible. So she was a big inspiration to me, like in high school when I started kind of noodling around with playing and singing at the same time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's only a matter of time probably until you go on tour with her. So there you go.
Oh my
She's
God,
got to see this and be like, this girl's got something. This would be great. How cool would that be? You never know.
That would be the dream.
We've had some little mild successes with people coming on the show and getting booked places. Hopefully we can have some more. That'd be awesome. I would love that very much.
Definitely.
Number 3 of the evening is another...
It is another sad song.
Okay.
It's not about heartbreak this time, or it is. I guess it's a form of heartbreak. This one is was very, very difficult for me to write and is difficult to play. It's on the subject of grief.
Okay.
And it actually doesn't have a formal name yet, so I kind of just call it the grief song.
Okay.
If there's any ideas for names, I will happily take.
Well, we have an audience here we can poll if
Yeah.
you want to play the song. We've done this once before, and
Cool.
I will do a much better job at keeping track of the answers because the last time I did this, I didn't take. I was in my head trying to make funny comments, and I forgot to take notes. It was horrible. All right, I'll take notes next time. So this is the grief song.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want to share with us before you go live here? You can say no to it. It's okay.
No, I'll just play it.
Okay.
And we'll chat about it.
Over to you for the grief song whenever you.
Let's hope I remember all the words. It's a new one. When I was 5, I sat at your feet, awestruck by your life story, listening to a language I no longer speak. And at the end, your memory went gray, but I held on to every day that you still remembered my name. And doesn't it feel like we love in reverse? Do we measure someone's worth only after their last breath? I know grief is all the love unspent before we knew the end. So I will grieve forever just so I don't forget. A full life lines your hands. Have we done everything you'd planned before we run out of sand? 'Cause I will grieve for what I never knew, the stories that will die with you, but I'll keep alive the tales that gave me roots. And doesn't it seem like we love in reverse? Do we measure someone's worth only after their last breath? I know grief is all the love unspent before we knew the end. So I will grieve forever just so I don't forget. And isn't it a little strange? My children will only know your face through photos and screams and kept in frames. And I'll keep laying flowers so your memory gets louder every time I see the sun and feel the ground. I saw 2 old souls at a bar near here, laughing over a couple of beers. How I wish that could be us in 30 years. And doesn't it seem like we love in reverse? Do we measure someone's worth only after their last breath? I know grief is all the love unspent before we knew the end. So I will grieve forever just so I don't forget. Yeah, I will grieve forever just so I don't forget. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Wow, thank you.
That is another phenomenal song. That's a beautiful
Thank
song.
you.
Holy shit. That was incredible. What a beautiful lyric. Grieve forever just so you don't forget. That's really something. Can you tell us about who that is? Without getting, I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Oh,
but-
no, it's fine. I was like, okay, if I can get through this song, then I can get through the rest of the set, because the only other time I played it, I was like, whoa, on stage, just like, yeah. But it's actually about a like multiple people.
Okay.
I feel like I had a very unfortunate year last year of just losing a lot of people. Some of the people in this crowd also lost people last year as well. And so I just started thinking a lot more about death and grief and like how to deal with it and why it is kind of like, oh no, well, sometimes we see people like, we don't see people very often, but we definitely see them like when they die.
Yeah.
Like we go to their funeral or we do a celebration of life, and that's great. But I think I just was thinking a lot about how to preserve the alive time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about people that I've lost, but it's also about my grandfather who is 93 and has very advanced dementia.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. He's okay, but it's just sort of thinking about preserving that.
Sorry, yeah. It's tough. This is it's not an easy topic by any stretch of the imagination. The line struck me so because I lost my mother a couple years ago to cancer, and one of the things that I had said to somebody was that I don't actually want the pain to go because it's a reminder
Right.
of her.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's almost like diminishes like how much she meant to me if I try to get over that or try to like push it away.
Absolutely.
And it took me like years to be able to even talk about it because she was such a wonderful person. It's actually one of the reasons
I'm
this
so
show
sorry.
exists. It happens. Life is not eternal, but their memories are, and we can do things to celebrate people, which is
Exactly.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to not get choked up over that shit. Sorry, my bad.
I understand. Take a moment.
A lot of emotions. Song number 4 for this evening.
Yes.
Holy smokes. Or wait, do you want to do some audience interaction? I feel like we should bring it back up, man.
Yeah, let's bring it back up.
Let's bring it
Yeah.
back up. We're going to bring
I'm
it
not
back
going to
up.
make anyone deeply sad, but that was the saddest one. for
I didn't
sure, I promise.
I didn't help. I got choked up. Jiminy Christmas. Let's do actually there's a new one. We usually go tater tots or fries, but I'm curious. Deep dish or thin crust? This is the start of the new battle. Friend, we're going to start with you. Deep dish or thin crust pizza? There are wrong answers to this, by the way.
Thin crust.
Thin crust? Okay. Deep dish? Deep dish. Thin crust? Thin Chicago? You just destroyed the internet with that. I don't understand. Because
Destroyed this game.
Chicago is deep dish, and then you said thin Chicago, so that I don't even understand. There's a wormhole that just swallowed a planet because of that answer. Josh, what about you? Deep dish, awesome. Thin crust? Deep dish? Thin crust. Ooh.
Very even split. Wow.
Thin crust? Ooh, all right.
And you are?
I am Reed. Nice to meet you. No, I'm
Nice
kidding.
to meet you.
My answer is I'm a thin crust guy too. I lived in Chicago for 12 years, and I love the pizza, but it's like you can have one slice and then you're just like, I need an ambulance. Like I'm gonna have heart palpitations if I have another bite. Chicago, I know.
thing,
I know.
yes.
I'm a New York thin crust guy. That was when you said Chicago thin crust, my world almost stopped. My mother almost came back to be like, "Excuse you, sir. Excuse you." What is your favorite?
The thinner the crust, the better.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe just a layer
Almost
of
no
cheese,
crust, yeah.
just a layer of
Cheese
cheese
and tomatoes.
some melted cheese. All right, interesting. That's a new one we're gonna add to the show. All right, song number 4. We've got 6 songs. This is your last on piano for the
Correct.
evening, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you want to give us any ramblings about this? The pre-rambles. of
Sure.
this?
Yeah.
What's the
this
name
is-
first? Sorry, I cut you off.
It's called Miss Has It All.
Miss Has It All.
Yeah. It's about I hope that a lot of women can relate to this, or just human beings in general. Just kind of the idea that was put into like a lot of the 90s and 2000s, I think, rom-coms of the woman who has it all, the woman who has like the New York City high-paying job, great apartment, like all she needs is the guy, and then boom, by the end of the movie, she is the guy. It's just sort of like, it's a song about how difficult it is to realize that life, and maybe how it's not actually the prettiest, it's pretty from
Okay.
the outside and not, yeah.
I dig it. I love it. Okay, Miss Has It All. Over to you whenever you're ready.
Miss Perfect, 2 happy parents, a 30-year marriage, love till the end, Miss Story. all on her own, but you never know that sometimes it's lonely up there on that hill that so few could climb, and so few will miss magnetic enough to keep him around. Never failed to make her parents proud. 5 years before she's Miss Sea Level, a top shelf pour, a little something special. Miss Go with the flow, good at catching curveballs. Don't know if I'll ever know how to be Miss Has It All. Miss leaves a mark, a big lion's heart. If she falls apart, she'll never see scars. Does it ever get lonely up there on that hill that so few could climb, and so few will miss magnetic enough to keep him around? Never failed to make her parents proud. 5 years before she's Miss Sea Level, a top shelf pour, a little something special. Miss Go with the flow, good at catching curveballs. Don't know if I'll ever know how to be Miss Has It All. How does she do it? Does she ever lose it? Make a mistake or hide the truth? I don't hate her, but if I could be her just for a day or two. Miss Magnetic enough to keep him around. Never failed to make her parents proud. 5 years before she's Miss Sea Level, a top shelf pour, a little something special. Does she ever feel scared and alone? Hands off the wheel and lose all control. I'm sure she'll catch herself if she falls, 'cause she's supposed to be Miss Has It All. Miss Has It All. Miss Has It All. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Hell yeah. It's another, dare I say, phenomenal song. That was a good. Anyone
Thank
drinking
you.
when I say that? Anyone? All right, it's just me. That was amazing. Legit. You actually captured something which is almost impossible to do in rom-coms, which is like the human element of that.
Right.
Seems so forced and pushed, but you actually capture that beautifully. What a fun song.
Thank you so much.
Was there a specific song, like a specific rom-com, or like one of those movies that's like,
No.
you know, no?
It was a combination of them. It was also like, not that I planned this, but it happened to be last summer. So Barbie came out last summer, the Barbie movie. And like, I feel like there's a lot of those themes in there. So I feel like it was just a very, it's becoming more talked about, I think, in social media, like with women that are just like, I just can't have it all. Yeah. And probably, again, humans in general.
I was going to say, no, it's not possible
It's
to have
like
it
not
all.
possible for anyone to have it
No,
all. Yeah.
it's not. You got to be. It's okay to do well in certain regards, but it's like life is a game of ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's like anything. You only have so many calories you can spend a day on anything,
Yes.
and time is ultimately. It's like a bank account with a balance you can never
Yeah.
check. So it's really important. What you spend your time on is actually one of the most valuable things in the world. And I think it's really amazing and says a lot about your music and your craft that the
Thanks.
people here are spending their Saturday night with you rather than sitting
Very,
and
very
watching something
meaningful.
like Netflix.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
absolutely. So,
Means the
yeah, it's a game of trade-offs. So you do one thing, you can't do another. And this is just the nature of being alive. It's not awesome, but it is a thing we're all trying to figure out. And we can do it together. Like we fixed the pedal. Well, actually,
Yes.
Dan fixed your pedal.
Well,
Leonardo
it was a
DiCaprio
team
fixed your
effort.
pedal.
Led by Daniel.
What an amazing song. Thank you for sharing that.
you.
Your music's really good. It's legitimately really good. It's
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
You have a beautiful voice. Your songs are really well written. They're well composed. Like they're commercially viable. You got it. You got like the whole thing.
Oh my
You
gosh.
got the whole thing. This
I
is
really
great.
appreciate that.
This is great. This is
Thank
really
you.
great. I know we have 2 more songs for the evening. We're going to swap to guitar. I'm going to mute the DI input on the piano. You can pull that and then plug in.
Okay.
We'll do a quick mic check before. But I'm going to go to the audience for another audience interaction question while she's getting set up. And this is another one that's really important. And the question is, tater tots or fries? And there are wrong answers to this as well. Would you need, wait, before you go, you good? Oh, no, I was going to say, you're trying to get a hold, was it? Okay. Tater tots or fries? Start with you. Fries. We heard fries. Okay. Fries. 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 Chicago thin fries. That's the best. Thank you for, you made my night. That was nice. Chicago thin fries. Sassy monkey. All right. What is it?
Sorry, guys. I'm spoiling the clean sweep. We're going tater tots.
Tater tots. Well, with a man with that mustache, what do you expect, guys? I'm kidding. I love your mustache. I'm jealous. I can't grow that mustache. Over to you, Rohini, whenever I'm going to... Nope.
Sorry, what was the question?
Tater tots or fries?
Tater tots.
Tater tots? Oh. We were all wrong. We all said fries, and the answer was tater tots officially. That was incredible.
Sorry, was I the only one? I was busy.
No, JS also said,
Yay.
yeah,
Team tater
this
tots.
guy, Team Tot.
Tots.
Team Tot. All right, we'll do a quick little checkaroo there. Guitar, everything good? Coming through? Vocals good?
Check, yep.
All right, let's go. We just want to make sure we're good before we start. All right, what is the 4th song that you have for us this evening?
The 4th song is called The Curse of Expectation.
Ooh.
It's also one of reflection. And it's just about, like, as we get older, trying to slow down. And, you know, the Billy Joel song, Vienna, like, slow down, you're doing fine. Like, it's kind of
Great
like
song.
that theme. Like, we don't need to rush to accomplish everything in life by the age of 30.
Well, what's the fun of doing
lots
that?
of
You don't
life
get
after
heart
that.
palpitations and all kinds of problems. There you go. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, you're 100% right. Are you ready, good to go? Do you need it back or change any of the setup for a guitar or anything? Or as far as like the distance?
As long as it can, like,
I got you loud. and
grab
clear.
me from here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got you.
cool.
I got you on audio on the mic. All right, over to you for Curse of Expectation. Whenever you're ready.
Great. Since the day I got laid off, I wonder if I'll ever miss this chaos. If I ever have love's promise, a steady job, a 3-bedroom house, a little to cry about. They say keep climbing even if you fall. Love just to lose it all, but I worry about the past every time I start from scratch. 'Cause I've become best friends with the curse of expectation, in love and in wealth, in sickness and in health. I hope before I'm 60 I'll have learned to live more slowly, smiling. Look back at her fondly, she was just young and in her 20s. They tell you while you're young, try everything. Well, everything I've tried has taught me I know nothing. So I find another door, there's always something else, and history repeats itself. They say keep climbing even if you fall. Love just to lose it all. Don't worry about the past every time you start from scratch. 'Cause I've become best friends friends with the curse of expectation, in love and in wealth, in sickness and in health. I hope before I'm 60 I'll have learned to live more slowly, smile and look back at her fondly. She was just young and in her 20s. Keep climbing even if you fall. Love just to lose it all, but I worry about the past every time I start from scratch. 'Cause I've become best friends with the curse of expectation, in love and in wealth, in sickness and in health. I hope before I'm 60 I'll have learned to live more slowly, smiling, look back at her fondly. She was just young and in her 20s. Thank you. Thank you for being here for my experiment. This is the first time I've used this.
It was amazing. Like you hit that, and I was like, whoa, what's happening in here? You multiplied. That was incredible. That's like, what was that Imogene Heap song?
Hide and seek?
Yeah, is that kind of the same thing that?
Yeah, kind of. I think she uses vocoder, right? Yeah.
Oh, vocoder. All right. I'm learning all this stuff. I'm not a music guy.
I don't know. This is called a harmonizer.
It's pretty freaking dope.
It's really cool, yeah.
I'm glad we figured out how to get it.
Where do you find one?
Where do you find one is the audience question.
This is called the TC Helicon Harmony Singer. They also make other kinds of pedals. We got this one at Guitar Center.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Guitar Center. Not a sponsor of the show, but we are looking Guitar Center, so you never know. Get these artists paid. That was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Why the switch to guitar? Is this was it just the audience or audio?
I had a period of time where I just wrote on guitar, like it was just what I defaulted to because I felt like it. I also wanted to challenge myself to get better at guitar, so that is still a journey that I'm on. I'm much more comfortable with piano because I've been playing it for longer. But
I love it. I think it's the coolest thing. I've never seen anyone do. Two things we've not had on the show before. We've never had a vocal harmonizer. That's a first. And we've never had keys on the show.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
We've had a couple artists that have and do play keys, but they didn't do it on the show. So you're the first person to do this, which is great. I love it. I love the piano. It's my favorite instrument, so I absolutely love it.
Me too.
This is great. I'm very excited this is working. We have one more audience question for this evening because we have one more song.
Yes.
So I got to pull the trigger on this. You guys ready? There are many wrong answers to this, and I don't want anyone to get them, but we get some crazy answers over this. The question is, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Please don't get this wrong. If you say, I'll just spoil it. If you say sherbet, you have to leave. It's just, I can't have you here. I can't have communists in my, no, I'm kidding. What is favorite flavor of ice cream? Starting with you.
Ben and Jerry's fish food.
Fish food's pretty good. That's a hard one to beat. Rocky Road? Nice. A lot of people like Rocky Road. Every time I hear Rocky Road, I always think Goonies. I love it. Yeah. Super specific.
Oh, no.
I went to Amy's once and they had honey lavender.
Honey lavender?
It was amazing. And I went back the next day because I wanted it again. And they're like, oh, we don't have it anymore. So if you ever see it anywhere, please let me know.
Honey lavender. Okay. Honey lavender. That sounds delicious.
Great.
What about you? Chocolate chip cookie dough. That's also hard to beat. Sir? Mint chip?
Good one.
In this Texas heat. Brownie? Okay. You did say matcha last time, and I was like, what? You have to. I was like, you need to leave immediately. That's the craziest thing ever. Oh, wait. Mint chocolate chip? Coffee? That's my jam. I miss coffee ice cream. I've been defaulting to vanilla recently. But pistachio? Ooh, that's a pro move right there. Those are pro moves. Sir?
Want to answer for me?
JS? Is it the same? Is it grasshopper pie? Yeah. Grasshopper pie is actually delicious. It's a mint Oreo ice cream. It's like vanilla ice cream with mint Oreo like stuff in it. It's actually it has a very sad name, but it's actually quite delicious. And Oreo now has a mint. They have a grasshopper pie ice cream. It just is called mint Oreo ice cream because nobody wants to say grasshopper pie out loud.
Yeah.
But
Implies
Manifest-
tastes
you
like.
manifest things before the show. Mint or I don't know, grasshopper pie was it seemed like
It wasn't a thing.
Rare, it was like pretty rare.
didn't exist, and then you started talking about it, and now it exists. And HEB also has a mint Oreo ice cream now, which is so. Jonathan, if you need an ice cream flavor, this is a genie. This is a
Okay.
genie of ice cream. Tell him your flavor. He'll say it on the show, and it will become. We will manifest this.
You're gonna manifest 1 million followers.
There you go. That's the flavor of ice cream. Is 1 million followers. There you go. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I feel like some of us just talked about this. Cinnamon Toast Crunch ice cream is so good.
What?
Yeah.
That's just blew my mind. I can't wait to have that. Okay. I will zip it. We'll go to the sixth and unfortunately final song. This always goes too damn quick, but I sincerely appreciate you making time and hanging out with us and sharing your beautiful music, even the sad stuff, the happy stuff, and everything in between. What is the sixth song that you brought for us this evening?
What is the these days I'm running songs that don't have names.
That's okay. We didn't poll the audience. Shit, I forgot. We were going to poll the audience for the grief
yes,
song.
yeah.
Dude, how bad am I at hosting this? God damn it. It's horrible. We can still do that. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
All right. Poll for the grief song. What do you think is a good title? Anybody shout them out? Forever? Love in Reverse?
Oh, Love in Reverse.
That's pretty dope.
Don't forget, yeah.
Love in Reverse, it slaps.
Forever,
We just heard that. Anybody else? Throw them out there? Is that? Don't forget?
So don't forget, yeah.
So don't forget? Okay.
Yeah.
All good.
Good suggestions.
There you go.
Cool.
All right, your focus group. We're going to retire now. All right, for the sixth and final song of the
Yeah.
evening. Also no name.
I'm gonna call it Don't Risk It.
Don't Risk It?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll see why.
All right. I say risk it. It's your last song. Take it all. All right, over to you for Don't Risk It whenever you're ready.
Okay. He's got $500,000 to his name, but he's never had a bed frame. Owns a guitar, but doesn't know which G chord or what he's looking for. Maybe he could find his purpose through you, but that'd be a little too good to be true. His good looks and sly wit could convince you he's the right fit, but little lies and quiet crimes cut deeper wounds over time. You're his passion project till he's bored, or at least until he asks for more than crumbs he leaves on the floor. So this time you don't risk it. There's a fraction of you that's still realistic. And even though his eyes can make the coldest heart melt, you'll never love him more than you love your future self. Oh, the next face on your screen has a high bun and a pipe dream. Seems like a real man, but you don't feel like living in a van. One day you'll come to your senses when he starts to resemble all your exes. Done being somebody's fleeting obsession, and you don't need any more lessons. So this time you don't risk it. There's a fraction of you that's still realistic. And even though his eyes can make the coldest heart melt, you'll never love him more than you love your future self. Oh, maybe there's no deeper meaning. Maybe you've just gotten real good at healing. Maybe after all this, he's just another story to tell. So this time you don't risk it. There's a fraction of you that's still realistic. Even so much.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely phenomenal. You have you've beautiful music. Your music's very well written. I absolutely love it. You have a fan. I have a fan for
you.
life. I love it. I love your music.
Amazing.
I love your
Thank
music.
you so much.
It's really well done. What other what shows do you have coming up? How do people find you in the world?
Instagram is the best way, or wherever you listen to music, so like Spotify, YouTube. But my Instagram is just Rohini Reggae, my name. And I play shows with my band Mainsayer, but then also solo wherever I can, just mostly small, intimate things. I don't actually have any shows upcoming, but follow my Instagram.
Hell yeah,
And you can
there's shows coming out of this. You're super freaking talented.
Yes, we're gonna book some soon.
I love this. This is absolutely amazing. I did put your Spotify and your Instagram in the description on YouTube. Please go
Perfect.
follow her. It helps the artist a ton if you go follow them on Spotify. It means more than you know. So
Yes.
thank you. Please do that. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This is phenomenal. Thank you to the wonderful audience for giving us your Saturday night. It's really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And be sure to check us out for another episode of Local Sets ATX. We will see you on the internet. The front bumper, back bumper is on. Good night, everybody.
Good
All
night.
right. There we
Yay!
go.
Thank you.
And we are out.